Hi, this is Dr. Vince Belanzi. I want to talk to you about anti-aging. Now, we really don't have control of time. We can't turn the clock back. The years will pass. But do you know that so many things are blamed on age? It's not true. Let me give you an example. I was getting ready to run the Boston Marathon, and as we were all lining up in the areas by time, we're walking up and there's a group of us. And there's this cute little old lady walking there. And we're just all amazed, all of us. There's several of us gathered around her. We come to find out it's her 80th birthday. She's about to run a marathon. And we're thinking just how amazing that is. And then we realized that there were other people that had fairly number of years had passed. And as we walked up and lined up, she happened to line up with me. Now, I thought I had a pretty good time. But here's this 80-year-old on her birthday going to run a marathon. She's going to run 26 miles. Well, I don't know if I beat her or not, but I do know that she was quite capable of doing it, and I have no doubt that she finished the race. That's what all of us should be capable of. There's no reason why at 80 years old you couldn't do that if you kept yourself in condition. So when I talk about anti-aging, I'm talking about not allowing the body to lose its function. That's really what it comes down to. It's not really the passage of time. Your body does not wear out. It regenerates itself. We know that the entire body can regenerate itself in a year. The liver and the lining of your stomach regenerate in days. So that with this turnover of cells, with this ability to regenerate, it's not like a lawnmower. Your body can maintain a reserve. Now, what do I mean by a reserve? When you're younger, you have this huge reserve, right? You can eat dirt. You can roll on the floor. You can fall down. It doesn't seem to faze you. We've got a big reserve. Your body regenerates easily. You're not hurt very easily. It's really hard for your body to get sick. It's because everything's working well. Well, as time passes, and especially if you don't take care, you lose that reserve. Then you start having symptoms. Symptoms that we want to blame on aging. But it's not aging. In a sense, it's neglect. If your joints hurt, if you've got all these allergies, if you've got a number of diseases, if you're stuck with a bunch of labels, most of them are a result of your lifestyle, if not all of them. So you want to maintain that reserve. When we talk about anti-aging, we're talking about exerting that control, not letting that reserve disappear. We use several what are called biomarkers to determine how old you are. And it's different from using the number of years that have passed. We can look at lab work. We can look at how the body's operating. You can actually have a younger biological age than you have a physical or chronological age. So with a little bit of care, you can, in a sense, anti-age. Because if you keep your body healthy, if you work within the parameters the body can work with, if you keep it functional, you can keep it young. You can be that 80-year-old woman lining up to run a 26-mile race. Now, not that you necessarily want to run a marathon when you're 26 years old, but what if you could? What if you had the ability to run that far in a reasonable amount of time when you were over 80 years old? That's a possibility for everybody. Again, we want to blame things on age. It's not aging. Arthritis. Everybody wants to say when they get old, their joints hurt because of age. It's not age. It's the fact that the immune system is probably dysfunctional. There's a lot of swelling in the joints because of that. Perhaps there's been some damage to the joints and they weren't rehabbed correctly. You know, most people that think that they can't participate in some kind of activity can if they're conditioned. It's the weekend warrior that tears his knees apart. It's not the conditioned runner. And I don't care how old the runner is. It's about proper conditioning. It's about stability in the joints. It's about keeping that immune system functional. It's not the number of years. It's the abuse. The neat part of it is that you can turn that around. With some care, with some conditioning, with proper lifestyle, you can beat aging. You can not only live longer, but it's really more about the quality of your life. So when we talk about anti-aging, we can get into bioidentical hormones, which we work with a lot. We can get into neurotransmitters. We can get into exercise. We can get into all the things that I'm talking about as far as conditioning. And that's how you accomplish anti-aging. We'll take hormones, for example. Growth hormone. It's considered the anti-aging hormone. Most clinics that do anti-aging will look at growth hormone and supplement it if necessary. And most of the time, it is necessary. Your body's supposed to be able to make growth hormone until the day you die. It has the capacity to do so. But most of us with time decline in our production of it. So if you take the growth hormone from the outside in the right way, you can actually enhance your own production again. You know the other times that you make growth hormone? A good night's sleep, getting to that third stage of sleep. So get your sleep. You will make yourself some more anti-aging hormone. The other time is during intense exercise. Not so intense that you can't do it, but more intense than a walk to the mailbox. So exercise and sleep, and you'll make some growth hormone, and you'll be doing anti-aging. Now in our clinic, we test levels of other hormones. We try to get the ratios correct, and we do, in a sense, practice anti-aging that way. Because if we can balance your hormones, not necessarily taking them back to levels you had when you were in your 20s, but just getting them balanced and enough there to do the job, you, in a sense, are anti-aging. You are stopping the process that we attribute to aging. Again, it's really a process of allowing the body to become dysfunctional. So, you can practice anti-aging yourself. You can go to an anti-aging clinic, but it's really about how you treat your genetics and not the amount of time that they've been here. So please, if you want to learn more about anti-aging, you can go to our website, bewellrx.com. You can contact an anti-aging clinic where they can do some therapies, but it's not that there's a magic pill that will make you young. You're going to make yourself young by taking care of yourself. Have you ever noticed when you're active, when you get some exercise in, when you're eating right, you just feel better? That's what anti-aging can come down to. Getting the nutrients in, making the body functional, and making your biological age younger than your chronological age. So again, when we talk about anti-aging, we're really talking about building a reserve. I'm going to talk a little bit more about organ reserve because that's really the secret to anti-aging. If you have organ reserve, you tend not to have as many symptoms because your body takes a stress and you don't have a problem because of it. Let me give you an example. Somebody says a crossword to you. Maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your boss, and you get a headache, or you have to go lie down. That's not normal. You shouldn't be bedridden because somebody stressed you a bit. What's a normal reaction? You get the same stimulus, and your response is just to let it roll off your back. That's a normal response. You can have that if you've got a reserve. Your body should not go into an alarm stage because of a small stress, even a large stress. When you're younger, you can usually handle stress better. A lot of people believe they're invincible, and then they come to think that their mortality has caught up with them as they age. The truth is, their body's not as functional, they have less reserve. We work on building that reserve. But again, I've given you some ideas on how you can do that. Look at your diet. Are you eating things that allow your body to function better so that you have that reserve? So a little bit of stress can be contended with and not cause symptoms. Are you exercising? Because without activity, the body's not even going to make some of the things it takes to build that reserve. If you're not operating your body and allowing it to maintain the reserve, and in a sense anti-age, then you're going to feel the effects of what you're calling aging. So you want to build that reserve through your lifestyle. The better you take care of yourself, the younger you will feel, and you will be biologically younger as well. That's anti-aging. Bioidentical hormones, to some extent, are helpful. When we talk about bioidentical hormones, it's no big secret. We're just trying to use something that's closer to what the body knows as a hormone. Rather than taking hormones from another animal's gland, we're trying to use things that more resemble what's in the body. That's all bioidentical hormones are. We also, when we're using the treatment of bioidentical hormones, we want to look at ratios, because if I adjust one hormone, I have adjusted every hormone. So if I'm not aware of the ratios, if I'm not aware of how I'm pushing another hormone by adding one, then I could get into more trouble than there was originally. So in doing bioidentical hormones, you want to make sure that you're addressing the right hormones and creating the right ratios so the body can function. That's it. It's no big secret. It's no problem that can't be surmounted. But the use of hormone balancing and perhaps neurotransmitter balancing, if we can look at how the body's operating and help it to operate better, improve function, you've accomplished anti-aging. So it's no best kept secret. It's not hard to do. A lot of it is what you do for yourself. But anti-aging is something that you certainly should practice because it's no fun getting old. This is Dr. Vince Bolanzi. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Good evening.